So we normally we get this underdog story, right? But the story David and Goliath, when he put it that way, you start to think, you was like, man, well, maybe there was something about David that we're not understanding, right? Because when you look at this story, like, yo, if this is modern time, if this is modern time, yo, let's say, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, Yamin. This is Yamin, and they're telling you to go out here and they get into a boxing match with this man, get into a hand-to-hand comeback with this man, because that's what everybody's thinking. They're like, yo, whoever go fight this man, they finna get it. They finna go at it toe to toe. All right, that's how they're thinking. All right, so you would have to be crazy to go get in the ring with him, because you're like, man, you're already at a disadvantage. Right? So I'm gonna give you guys a couple different points, because I want to talk about those disadvantages. Right, and the first point is going to be that perceived disadvantages often prove to be disguised as advantages. Right? Why do we say this? Because anytime you're at a disadvantage, anytime you're losing, anytime you're feeling lack, right? You're or you should be wanting to get out of that situation. You should be tired of whatever you're going through, and it's gonna force you to develop, right, different attitudes and abilities, right? Being in a disadvantaged state, right? Being the quote unquote underdog, right? Let's say is a bunch of guys that lifting weights or whatever the case may be. The guy at the bottom, he wants to get strong, right? They say, man, he's puny, he's weak, but they don't know that disadvantage, that him being small is also an advantage, because it's gonna develop in him an attitude. It's gonna develop in him different abilities that people that have talent don't have to work for. Right? From there, right, success is not achieved in spite of perceived disadvantages. It's achieved because of them. Right? And I sent you guys these notes that I'm reading off. I did this today. Um, but the reason that you're gonna succeed is because right now you're wanting something more. You feel like you're deserving of more. Like, so right now, the thing that's quote unquote, you say, oh man, I might not be in the best situation, or I don't have this, or I don't have that. That's gonna be the exact reason you succeed, because that should be pushing you to want to do better. It is pushing you to do better, because you're here, right? You're showing up. I said it a few days ago. Like, when you show up, it's just showing that you got faith that it's gonna work. Like, that's all it means. Like, when you keep showing up, when you start buying in, right? That just um um that's just belief, basically. Right. So the second point, right, is that your destiny is hidden in your history. Right. So reverting back to the story, right? David's destiny, his destiny was taking out Goliath, right? That was part of his destiny. Well, he was taking care of sheep, right? And these sheep, they were his most prized possession, right? This was this man's job, right? He was willing to put his life on the line for it, right? So every single day he was practicing, right? He has a slingshot. That's what shepherds had. I did a whole bunch of research today, and that's just what shepherds had. That was their weapon of choice. So from infant stages, right, he's been taught, right, how to throw the slingshot. Right. So think about some of the things that you've been taught from infant stage. Think about some of the things that you've been through, right, through your life. Right? Because your destiny is hidden in your history. Right? Let's say you're saying you want trading to work. You're saying you want to live off of trading. You're saying that you want trading to be able to pay bills. You're saying that you want trading to be able to provide this lifestyle. But what does your history look like? If we look back, right? Have you been practicing? Have you been working? Right? And that's the thing about David. He had been working. Everything about his past, he has been protecting his sheep. And later on down the line, talks about him protecting the flock from a lion and a bear. Right? He's really out here doing it. He's just been practicing. He's just been preparing for something. Now, so the third point is that when you walk into a situation, you have to understand you have confidence, right? That's confidence, but exchange the come for confidence, like, because going into the battle, right? Like, put it in perspective. If it's modern day, this is a war about to go on. Imano, whoever wins, the other side, y'all become slaves. So think about all the pressure, right? And think about nobody in the camp wanted to fight. David, matter of fact, David just showed up. He literally just showed up. Let me tell you how that ties in. Because when you're preparing for something, eventually, when your opportunity comes, all you gotta do is just show up. Like, think about what you're going through right now. Think about all the trial and error that you're going through trading, all the late nights that you're going through trading, the wins, the losses, the TPs being smashed, the mental blocks, the frustration. Think about all those emotions. Like, you're preparing for something. You're getting ready for something. So that way, when it's your time to shine, all you gotta do is just show up. You've done it so much that it's gonna work. You're ready. At this point, you're ready. You know exactly what to do. So every time, right, every time we look back at your past, we should be able to see some type of history. Right? And if we see that history, we can say that you're gonna build some type of confidence. Right. So once we get to the confidence, once you start getting better at it, let me tell you something, guys. The test, the opportunity is going to come. Just like in this story, David opportunity came. Like, so think about this. Think about if he wasn't preparing for his opportunity. You got introduced to trading for a reason. Right? So it's preparing you for something. You're in this season for a reason. It's preparing you for something. Right? So what if David wasn't preparing? When his opportunity came, he would have walked down there. He was like, "Yo, shoot, I ain't got no skills. I ain't been practicing for nothing. I haven't been getting my mind right. I haven't been talking to the one that controls everything. Y'all just been chilling. So shoot, I'm gonna drop this bread off. I'm gonna drop this cheese off, and I'm out. Y'all handle that." Is that your situation? Are you preparing for something? Are you getting ready for something? So that when your moment comes, you can be ready to shine. One thing about the moment coming is that when it comes, right, this is the thing, bro. You never know that it's your moment until it's your moment. You never know, like, you can try to anticipate, you be like, man, this is my time to shine. This is my time to shine. But you never know that it's truly your moment until it's your moment. Like, so David already walked into the situation, right? When they said they needed somebody, they was like I'm reading this in the Bible. So I'm gonna read it to you guys like I read it. All right. So when they started looking for somebody, David showed up. He said, "Don't worry about it. I'll go fight." Could you imagine all these warriors? Think about it. Our military right now, all the military soldiers, right? We need somebody to go fight to save the whole America. We need one person to go fight. This man walk up. Don't worry about it. I'll do it casually. Don't worry about it. I'll do it. Casually. Wait a minute. You don't have any military training, sir. Hold up. Your family didn't come from a wealth background. Hold up. Your childhood wasn't the best. Hold up. You didn't have as many opportunities as somebody else. But guess what? You've been prepared for something. So when the time came, right, when David's moment came, don't worry about it. I got it. So if I'm the army, this is the funny part about it, because it's so true. Because I only could imagine how it would be in today's time. The very next verse, yo, everybody like, yo, I don't know about this. Are you crazy? Are you ridiculous? You're about to, everybody's looking at the goal, right? Everybody's hearing your goal, right? And they're saying, are you ridiculous? Are you crazy? You can't do that. You didn't come from here. You didn't go to this Ivy League. You don't have this type of degree. You're not with this type of person. You don't have this type of job. You're not this tall. You're not that tall. You don't run like him. You don't write like her. You don't trade like him. You don't trade like her. You see, so moving on, right? The very next sentence, everybody like, yo, you crazy. You can't do this. But listen, David was preparing for something, and because David was preparing, I put that in perspective that we are preparing actually for something. And the preparation, the reason I want to talk about the preparation is because something particular came up. Yo, this, you have to put it in perspective as well, guys, the type of confidence that David had, because this had been going on for 40 days. Yo, Goliath was coming out every day like, yo, who's stepping up? Who about to catch these hands? Every day. You know what that means, guys? That challenge, that obstacle, that thing that's trying to throw you off your game is gonna be there every day. Goliath was consistent for 40 days and nobody wanted to step up. Everybody was scared. And then here comes that one person. Right? That one person in your bloodline should be you. Your family generational wealth, your family generational curses, all that stuff need to be broken by you. It's your opportunity. You here now. Your grandparents not here no more. Your parents are getting older. You're here now. You're the one that has kids. Is your moment. I said it last week. Yo, we're living in our moment right now. That's one of the points of what you have to be aware that is your moment. So you have to be willing to say, yo, I'll go fight it. And you have to have the same type of confidence that David got. The same type of confidence that David got. Yo, don't worry about it. Look at the kids. Look at the kids. Don't worry about it. You'll never have to worry about that. Maybe it's your parents. Maybe it's the grandparents. Yo, don't worry about it. I'll take care of that. Right? Because the test is coming. And it's gonna show up every single day. Like that's what I got from that. If Goliath was showing up every single day, guess what? Your challenge is gonna show up every single day. Sure. All right, so from there, right, you only can get confidence, right, from your own experiences. Like you cannot let someone else be the star of your show. Right? You can't be an extra in your show. Why can't you? right? You don't want to hear about other people's experiences. Yo, I desire, like when people be like, yo, I be hearing from God, like he spoke directly to me. I knew this, I knew that. I be like, all right, God, I want you to speak to me like that. I want you to guide my life like that. I want your will to be done. Because that's where David was at. He said, yo, don't worry about it. The Lord is on my side. That's why I can go out here. That's why you can fight the generational curses. That's why you can build the generational wealth, because you have to understand that you fighting the battle. Like this is crazy. The battle was unfair. David Goliath ain't had the Lord on his side. So the battle was already unfair. We've just been taught the story the wrong way. We're looking at it from the wrong perspective. We're looking at it from the naysayer's perspective. We're not looking at it from the leader's perspective. We're not looking at it from the person that's willing to go. Who do you have to be the person that's willing to step out and go? Like, so when David goes out here, Goliath is mocking him. He telling him like, yo, I'm about to take you out the game because the Lord is on my side. Now, and listen, when he told the king, this is the crazy part. When he told the king, yo, he told the king was like, no way, Jose, can't let you do this. Then he was like, no, well, you the only one, so I might as well send you out there. You our best shot, right? Because you the only one that's willing to go. So they said his brothers didn't want him to go. So think about this: your siblings might not want you to go, right? Your cousins might not want you to go. Your aunts and uncles might not want you to go. They might be dream killers. They might make fun of the vision. But you got to understand, you're fighting a battle with somebody on your side. So why not go after the dreams? Why not step up to the challenges? Because the challenges are going to step up every day. And so he tells the king, he said, yo, I know I'm good because God, right, protected me with the lion and the bear. Right? He put all the pressure on God. Like, let me tell you this right now. All you got to do is speak the vision. All you got to do is talk about the goals. All you got to do is talk about the dream. All you got to do is tell people and work. Have full faith. How you know? Shoot, because the Lord is on my side. God is on my side. The universe is working in my favor. How do you know? That's how I know. There is no pressure on me, because I said I'll be willing to go. I said I'll be willing to face the giant. Like, so now that he's out here, he's ready to face the giant. One of the things is I had to ask myself this question, right? He picks up 5 stones. I said, yo, if he had so much confidence, why did he pick up 5 stones? Well, if you read the story, like the guy was saying, Goliath had somebody to come with him. Yo, David knew that he didn't want to get jumped. That's all I'm saying. There's a little humor right there. But anyway, David, he just picked up the 5 stones. He walks down to the battlefield, right? And let me tell you this: Goliath was telling David to come to him, right? Just like your challenges, the things that are defeating you, the things that are holding you down, the things that are keeping you in the place that you're in right now, right? The bad habits, right? They're telling you, yo, come over here, come to this specific area, right? Do you know, like, you do the same bad habits in the same area most of the time? Right? So he was telling him, like, yo, come here, come over here. But let me tell you something. You can't fight the giant. You can't face the challenges, right, on the challenges' terms. Right? You can't face the giant on the giant's terms. Why is that? I'm not gonna give you the home field advantage. Why would I do that? That's wild. That's absolutely insane. All right, so what do you have to do? All right. Well, in the process, right, when David shows up, he has all this confidence. Why does he have all this confidence? Because when he was on the sideline, he was prepared. Even though he's never been to battle before. He's never been to battle before. But while he was chilling on the sideline, he was waiting for his moment. He was waiting for his opportunity. Right? One of the things about playing sports, when we wasn't in the game, my coach would say something like this. He would say, "Hey, you should get the mental reps. You should get the mental reps. You should keep your head in the game and just get the mental reps." So that's what I'm telling you guys tonight. That's what I'm telling myself tonight. Yo, let's get the mental reps. While we're waiting, while we're preparing to go to the battlefield, all right, let's get the mental reps. Right? And from there, right, the battles, right? David, he knew when David went to the battlefield, y'all, he had to know he was gonna win. Like the whole United States is on the line. I came down here to give you some bread and some cheese. Now I'm finna be saving the nation. You see what I'm saying? Like, he had to know it was won before he ever got there. It had to be something telling him like, yo, you can do this. Because the battles, I'm telling you guys, the battles are won before the battles, right? The trades are won before you actually place them. Why? Because you've been preparing for it. You've been trading. You've been back testing. You've been working. You've been reading. Like I'm starting to read more. I'm starting to take my trading more serious because I'm like, yo, this right here has to be a profession. This right here, if this is what's going to quote unquote retire you, this is what's going to fund your dreams, and this is what's gonna take care of you and your family, yo, which it can. And you need to start thinking about trading in that manner if you haven't. This is why I started taking it more serious. Because the battles are won before the actual battles. All right, so moving down the line, like what do I mean by that? Well, Moses, all right, one of the notes that we had is that Moses, right, he had to wait 40 years. 40 years prepared. Right? The disciples, right? They had to learn how to fish for fish before they could fish for men. They was preparing. And then David, he's killing lions, he killing bears, he protecting his flock of sheep. That he would give his life for his flock of sheep. He was preparing to give his life for his whole tribe. He was preparing to protect his whole tribe against the biggest threat that they had ever faced to date. Right? So when David showed up, right, it wasn't by mistake. It's a reason that he showed up on this day. What if he would have forgot his slingshot at the crib? What if he would have had to go back and it would have been delayed? He couldn't have came too early. And the reason I say that is because there's a significance in the number 40. All right, if you guys look in the Bible, like 40 is used so much. It rained 40 days a night. Jesus fasted 40 days. Like so much relatively to that. And I said, yo, every divine appointment is preceded by a season of preparation. He was right on time. He had done enough training. Did he know? We don't. Obviously, he did, because when his moment came, he was like, "Yo, don't worry about it. I got it." All right, everybody good? Everybody good? All right, let's go back to the crib. That's the way it's played out. That is exactly the way it's played out. All right, so from there, we have to stop looking at the situation from the underdog perspective, and maybe start saying, hey, our Johns, our challenges aren't as big as we think they are. Like I said, there's a whole lot of reasons why we should automatically have said David has the advantage. He has leverage, right? He has mobility. Like Goliath had on all this weight. Your challenges have all this weight. Your challenges are slow moving. Right? And it's just literally up to you. At this point, it's up to you. Have you been preparing? Are you ready to face your challenges? It's as simple as that, because they're coming. They're going to show up every single day. You just have to show up, and you can't quit, because your moment is coming, guaranteed. And you looking from this perspective that the battle is already won. If the Lord is on your side, you already won it. You can walk into it with confidence. I know my moment is coming. When my moment comes, I'm gonna win it. Why? Because I've been working. I've been preparing. The Lord is on my side. All right. The good book. The Lord is my helper, so I shall have no fear. For what shall men do? That had to be what David was thinking. The Lord is my helper, so I ain't scared. What can Goliath do? He's just another man.
That's true.
All right, so that being said, family, man, we'll continue these calls. Next week we're gonna be, I believe we're gonna start. We're gonna talk about how to day trade for a living. I just started reading that book. It was very, very intriguing. So we're gonna start talking about how to day trade for a living. We were talking about basically the psychology part of trading for the next few weeks. Now, if you guys have any questions, drop them in the comment. Make sure you schedule one-on-ones. If you have any other questions, hit me up, hit KD up, hit one of the other educators up, and we'll take care of you guys. Other than that, does anybody have any questions?